Archangel Michael says, you are being watched very closely by someone whose intentions are wrapped in glittering rewards but laced with danger. This individual has been mapping your path, pretending to support you while secretly preparing a move that could shatter your balance. The richness they promise comes with a price that could make you lose the very essence of your inner peace. They have seen your potential and want to invest, but not for your growth, rather for control. They are using flattery, generosity, and false opportunities to lure you into a place where they become your handler. Do not rush to accept what looks like a blessing without examining who benefits more from your success. The offer you are about to receive may look divine, signed with elegance and urgency, but it's a calculated trap. The person behind this has dealt with many, and most of them were left stripped of their time, energy, and safety. Type Amen to get blessing 447. They are aware that your silence, your spirit, and your resistance make you unique, and that scares them. Their plan is not just about wealth, but about power over your movement, your circle, and your decisions. This is not an ordinary giver, this is someone who disguises manipulation with luxury. You are standing on sacred ground, and they want to build a palace on it only to later lock you out of it. What they offer in cash, they intend to steal in peace. The first sign of this betrayal will come through a strange dream or an odd message you will soon receive. Type Amen to get blessing 612. They think you are naive enough to believe them just because they come with status and promises. But Archangel Michael says, you are stronger than you realize, and what they don't know is that your spirit can read danger even in elegance. You are protected, but you must not ignore the signs in the coming hours. There's a paper or agreement with your name on it, they want you to sign it fast. But that signature will be used to bind you, not bless you. You were chosen to rise freely, not to be carried like a puppet with invisible strings. Type Amen to get blessing 229. They are moving fast because they know their window is closing. Someone from their past is about to reveal a truth that could destroy their entire scheme. This truth will come to you in the form of a warning from someone you almost forgot. Archangel Michael says, beware of anyone who shows up suddenly offering shortcuts to wealth without clear reasons. You're not just being offered prosperity, you're being baited into a contract of spiritual debt. Trust is not free when it comes from someone who hides their eyes while shaking your hand. Type Amen to get blessing 318. This person has been studying your past victories and your vulnerabilities. They're going to bring up stories from your life, pretending to admire them, but only to twist your emotions into agreement. Do not reveal your deepest desires during this time. Your current silence is a gift, it is keeping you hidden from full exposure. The more you talk, the more they will know how to mold their lies. Be still, and let their trap expose itself in front of you. Type Amen to get blessing 934. Soon, they will offer you something you've always wanted, and the timing will feel too perfect. That's how the enemy moves, through perfect illusions. This will come with a deadline, with phrases like, limited opportunity, or, act now, but do not act in haste. They are not alone, there's a group involved. 2 people are backing them, and one of them has already used someone else this way before. Their past victim still suffers in silence, unable to speak publicly due to a binding contract. Type Amen to get blessing 781. Archangel Michael says, "Open your eyes before you open your hands." Blessings are coming, yes, but not from this source. The divine blessings meant for you come quietly, consistently, without hidden control or performance tests. Someone will soon try to flatter you by saying, "You've always deserved more." They will claim to see your value, but it's a mirror to distract you from seeing theirs. Don't accept validation from someone who profits by giving it. Type Amen to get blessing 554. They'll try to put you on a pedestal just to later control how high you can stand. This is not honor, it's strategy. You are meant to rise through favor, not through false partnerships. This person has ties with another who once betrayed someone close to you. You'll feel a strange familiarity in their presence, as if your spirit already recognizes them from a past warning. That's not coincidence, it's confirmation. Type Amen to get blessing 690. Their wealth isn't clean, and their influence has made others silent out of fear, not respect. One look into their eyes when they think no one's watching will tell you the truth, cold, empty, and cunning. You are about to be offered a golden chain, not a crown. Do not let hunger for success blind you to the price tag of compromise. What is coming looks like your breakthrough, but it is a snare cloaked in sparkle. True breakthrough doesn't ask you to surrender your peace. Type Amen to get blessing 222. They are working behind the scenes, feeding information to people around you to see how close they can get. If you've been feeling odd energy in conversations, it's because someone is testing your reactions. One of your own is unknowingly being used to deliver their words to you. Archangel Michael says, your silence is your weapon right now. Don't give them a map to your soul by explaining your every move. The more silent you become, the more desperate they get. Type Amen to get blessing 374. You're going to be invited to a meeting or an event that seems like a celebration. But this gathering has a hidden purpose, to measure how easily you can be convinced. Every question they ask will be scripted. The person introducing you will act warm, but their loyalty belongs to the mastermind. The moment you decline the offer, they will start spreading false stories about you. They want you involved not because they love you, but because they fear your independence. Type Amen to get blessing 844. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Someone you don't expect is going to expose this scheme. It could be a former associate of theirs, someone tired of being used. Their message to you will seem random, but read it twice, it holds the key to freedom. Archangel Michael says, your ability to pause, observe, and remain calm will save you. Do not react emotionally. The person pretending to be your sponsor is actually the architect of your distraction. Type Amen to get blessing 909. They want to give you wealth so they can later say they made you. And when you rise too far, they'll try to take credit for everything. Your legacy was never meant to be tied to the strings of false generosity. This is not a test of greed, it's a test of discernment. The blessing you're waiting for will not come attached to fear, debt, or dependence. It will arrive wrapped in peace, freedom, and divine order. Type Amen to get blessing 101. You are not supposed to struggle your way through every gain. But neither are you supposed to accept poison that comes in golden cups. What's coming must pass through your spirit's gate, not just your emotions. They will say, "Trust me," and flash smiles backed by rehearsed sincerity. But they don't care about your soul, they only care about your silence once you're tied in. This time, you are not falling for the same trap twice. Type Amen to get blessing 625. The reason they chose you is because you carry influence, purity, and unseen authority. You are rare. They think your loyalty is for sale, but your soul isn't for negotiation. There is a deadline they are working against because they know a truth is about to leak. Someone in their circle has had enough, and the guilt is cracking them from the inside. The message you need is already on its way. Type Amen to get blessing 788. The fake reward is their distraction tactic. But your spiritual radar is higher than ever. You will see right through them soon, and when you do, do not delay. Walk away from anything that costs your clarity. Peace is more expensive than gold. What you're about to gain in truth is greater than what they could ever offer in wealth. Type Amen to get blessing 474. You are already being positioned for the real blessing, one that comes without bargaining your name. Stay quiet. Stay aware. What they mean to end is not your life, but your power to move freely. That's why they're rushing. But they are too late, because you're reading this now, and your spirit is awakened. Type Amen to get blessing 933. The clock they are racing against isn't measured in minutes, it's spiritual timing. They can feel the shift happening around you, and they know once you step into full awareness, their influence will vanish like dust. That's why they're pressing hard now, trying to look like saviors when in truth, they're the architects of spiritual harm. This person has already lied to people close to you just to soften your perception of them. They've planted false testimonials and orchestrated coincidences so you would start trusting them without question. But what's being crafted behind the scenes is not a gift, it's a trap dressed in silk and gold. Type Amen to get blessing 117. Archangel Michael says, the moment you say no to this plan, watch how their tone changes. Their smile will shift into pressure. Their kindness will quickly turn into accusations, making you feel guilty for turning away. But that guilt is not your burden to carry, it is their weapon, and you do not have to hold it anymore. You were never meant to walk under someone else's shadow just because they carry shiny titles or fake generosity. Their wealth cannot match the worth of your peace. Type Amen to get blessing 998. They have used similar traps on others, and those souls are still walking in confusion, unable to understand where they lost control. You will not be the next name on that list. You were born with spiritual vision and discernment, use it now more than ever. You are not obligated to please the people who are quietly plotting your delay. The blessing they are using to bait you is actually something you will receive in a pure form, but from a completely different path. Divine timing is coming to separate the real from the illusion. Type Amen to get blessing 303. They are trying to rush your decision because once the sun rises on a specific date, their power over you will weaken. You are too close to an authentic breakthrough, and that is threatening them. You must stay in your lane, move in silence, and let the divine bring your reward through a safe, clean vessel. There will be an envelope, a digital message, or a verbal promise that appears within days. Don't be fooled by impressive language or shiny logos. Look into the spirit of the person, not the surface of their offer. Type Amen to get blessing 476. Archangel Michael says, those who truly come in divine alignment don't rush you, they wait with you. But these ones, they're fidgeting. They want you to commit before you have a chance to discern. They're testing your loyalty to yourself. If you betray your own spirit to accept their reward, they win, not because you're weak, but because they used your hunger against you. But today, that ends. Type Amen to get blessing 811. You have just crossed into a realm of awakening that they never expected you to enter. Your eyes are now open to their manipulation. Even if they change their words or rebrand their approach, you will recognize the energy beneath it. One of them will even pretend to walk away, only to return again under a new name or business. But you'll feel it instantly, the same energy trying to sneak back in. And this time, you'll say no with strength, not confusion. Type Amen to get blessing 271. They are afraid that you will walk away from them and build something unshakable. They fear the day your voice gets louder than their narrative. And that day is closer than they think. A silent helper is coming to your side, someone who sees everything from behind the scenes. This person has no public face, but they are divinely appointed to guide and warn you when it matters most. You will recognize them by the way they speak, calm, detailed, and timely. Type Amen to get blessing 700. Do not accept wealth from someone who sees your spirit as a product. You are not a brand to be owned, you are a soul with a mission. This is not just a warning, it is a divine redirection. They may offer you contracts, brand deals, or investments. They may mention numbers that sound impossible to resist. But your freedom is worth more than any number they can print. Type Amen to get blessing 844. They are connected to another name that you will soon hear, someone who tried to trap a rising figure before. When that name appears in your timeline, inbox, or conversation, do not ignore it. That's your final confirmation. Your name is being whispered right now in secret circles. They are trying to create a backstory for your rise so they can claim they helped you. But you will rise without them, and that will frustrate every dark force involved. Type Amen to get blessing 144. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, your spiritual contracts are being rewritten this very hour. What once was tied to compromise is now being broken. What once had conditions is now being blessed freely. The reason they chose you is because they knew you were different. They didn't expect your silence to become your sword. They thought they could charm you, but your soul is too old, too wise, too divine to fall for it. Type Amen to get blessing 939. They want to make you rich only so they can say they own the keys to your next chapter. But you were never meant to share your throne with anyone who only came to weigh you down. You were never meant to serve gold that came with invisible chains. You are rising. With clarity. With fire in your spirit and truth in your silence. Type Amen to get blessing 607. The moment you choose peace over performance, your true wealth will begin to pour in. This is the test before the testimony. This is the final distraction before the divine release. Watch how quickly your path clears once you say no. The snakes will slither away. The fog will lift. And you will see who was really with you the whole time. Type Amen to get blessing 882. Do not respond to their final message when it comes. Let your silence be the answer they never expected. Let your growth be the echo that drowns out their lies. The real treasure is already aligned with your soul. And it's coming soon, not from them, but from the heavens. What is yours cannot be bought or manipulated. Type Amen to get blessing 521. You will soon witness a shift so powerful that even those who doubted you will stand in stunned silence. They thought they could script your journey by buying your loyalty, but now they're realizing, your spirit doesn't bow for money, it only bows for truth. The real wealth coming to you cannot be traced through their accounts, it is flowing straight from the divine realm, wrapped in destiny. They will attempt to make you look ungrateful once you reject them. Behind your back, whispers will rise, spinning stories that you are difficult, demanding, or indecisive. But those who truly know you will sense that something deeper happened, and they will respect your silence more than the world respects noise. Type Amen to get blessing 664. Archangel Michael says, you are not here to be the puppet of someone else's empire. You are here to build your own, rooted in clarity, built with wisdom, protected by spiritual fire. Let them call you stubborn, what they see as rebellion is really divine obedience. Do not try to explain your spirit to people who cannot even hear their own. You are not late, and you are not missing out. What they offer fast will cost you slowly. Type Amen to get blessing 235. Their final move is coming. They will send someone else, a friend of a friend, or a soft-spoken messenger. This new person will seem completely different, but the energy will feel oddly familiar. That's because the spirit behind them is the same. They are hoping a new face will bypass your spiritual defense. But your spirit doesn't forget energy, and this time, your discernment is sharper than their disguise. Type Amen to get blessing 501. One of their accomplices is having doubts. They are starting to see the truth about the person who claims to want your success. Soon, that accomplice will deliver a message to you, directly or indirectly. It may be subtle, a comment, a look, a shift in tone. But you will know. You'll feel the truth hit your soul like a sudden wind, and when it does, trust it completely. Type Amen to get blessing 344. The one orchestrating this deal has done it before. You are not their first target. But you are the first one they cannot control. That is what scares them. They've dealt with smart people, but never someone divinely covered. You have protection wrapped around you like armor, and they cannot penetrate that. Type Amen to get blessing 929. Your silence is now unsettling them. They keep checking if you've responded, if you've accepted, if you've broken your boundaries. But all they see is stillness, and it is haunting them. You're not being quiet because you're unsure. You're being quiet because your spirit is listening for the sound of divine confirmation. And that confirmation will come soon. Type Amen to get blessing 157. Archangel Michael says, you will walk into the next season without their fingerprints on your blessings. You won't owe explanations, favors, or fake smiles. Your success will not require sacrifice to false gods of influence. When your name rises, it will rise without their name attached. That's the power of walking away at the right time. That's the beauty of knowing your worth before someone tries to label it for you. Type Amen to get blessing 711. They promised you a crown, but it came with a collar. They offered freedom, but it came with surveillance. They spoke of blessings, but planned control. And still, you didn't fall. You stayed rooted. You waited, prayed, watched, and now, you're walking into a freedom they can't follow. Type Amen to get blessing 364. They will lose their grip the moment they realize they underestimated your silence. They thought you were soft. But you were waiting, for this clarity, this message, this moment. Now you know. And once you know, you cannot unknow. The decision is already made in your spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 587. They were preparing to end your peace, but now their plans are collapsing. Their pressure can no longer reach you. Their urgency has become their weakness. Watch what happens next. The offers will stop. The manipulation will unravel. And you, yes, you, will rise like never before. Type Amen to get blessing 840. You are not walking away empty-handed. You're walking away full of wisdom, grace, and alignment. And soon, someone with real intention will approach you, with no pressure, no contracts, no fear. This one will come with peace, and your soul will recognize it instantly. You won't have to guess. It will feel like home, like truth, like divine reward. Type Amen to get blessing 413.